Current crises faced by humanity by Xue Feng. The crises faced by humanity have been long-standing. There had been warnings in Bible. Quran and the Book of Earth Mother of Buddhism. In the recent 20 years, many scientists, ideologists, and spiritual leaders have all sensed the crises faced by humanity are getting more and more serious. They can be summarized as follows. Water resource shortages, food shortages, rapid population growth, air population, widespread of strong virus, leakage of nuclear facilities, water population, desertification, endangered species, ecological imbalance, energy failure, sharp decrease of green barriers, refuel disaster, greenhouse effect, ozone depletion, robots taking over the world, floods of nanorobots, competition of nuclear weapons, biological weapons destroy our race, genetic bioengineering destroying humanity, particle experiments devouring the earth, supervolcano eruptions, earthquake causing world economic crises, asteroids colliding with Earth, outer space superplanetary explosion, and etc. There are also some people have foreseen the cultural crises, ethic crises, and beliefs crises. Many of the above crises are potential crises, and the viewpoints of those experts are very insightful. However, all the above crises are only the crises on surface. They are not the core crises. The most severe crisis is the crisis of soul. Soul. And it is the source of all other crises. If we only focus on the superficial but ignore the core, it is not only impossible to resolve them, they will become even more severe, which end up with humanity extinction and Earth's destruction. Only very few enlightened people can sense some other crises like race extinction and religious virus. Others, like the crisis of disappearance of a city in one night, and the being of wave causing the death of billions of people in a few minutes, will definitely not be understood and conceivable by ordinary people. The core crisis of humanity is the crisis of the soul. Humans can hear, listen, smell, taste, and sense spiritually because they have eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and consciousness. The results of failing to have spiritual sense are not able to feel the existence of the greatest creator, not able to feel the existence of gods, Buddhas, or celestials, not able to feel the existence of 36-dimensional spaces, not able to feel the existence of the non-material and negative universe, do not understand the concept of horizontal time, too much trust on scientific findings and atheism becomes popular. Too much trust on scientific findings and atheism becomes popular. Do not believe law of cause and effect. Do not realize the magic of consciousness. Do not believe reincarnation, self-centered and arrogant, self-centered and arrogant. If a man loses the spiritual sense, he loses spirituality, and as a result, he will not be able to have a perfect human nature. His thoughts are present in three-dimensional space. He believes that Earth is only habitat for human beings and completely denies the existence of other species and regards any other doctrines or theories he is not able to understand as superstitions or fallacies. And blocks the way of human beings to pursue other higher dimensional spaces. 2. Does not acknowledge the regularity and contain certainties. Does not acknowledge the regularity and certainties. He sees many phenomena as accidents and doesn't realize that all natural disasters are caused by air consciousness. 3. Does not believe the law of cause and effect. He attaches too much weight on win and loss, uses any means to achieve the goal, and ignores the effects that were caused in later lifetimes. 4. Does not believe reincarnation of life. He thinks that death is in the end of life, so does anything as he or she pleases without conscience, and regards fame, wealth, and power as the symbols of a successful life. 5. Apply the theory of evolution in human society, believe law of jungle, survival of the fittest. He stops nothing to achieve his goal, which may include making miseries to other people, polluting rivers, bullying the kind, lying and deceiving. 6. Only value short-term interests and ignore long-term consequences. Use competition as primary means to promote social development, therefore making nuclear and biological weapons, frantically developing heavy industries that damage the environment, predatory exploitation of resources, and treating all people as potential rivals or enemies. 7. rotten morals and falling humanity. He does not respect God, Buddha, saints and sages, and does not respect his teacher, father, and brother. He is violent, used to cheat, and not shameful of his behaviors. Lying, bullying the weak, abusing women, killing people, he does all evils. Just like what described in the ancient Chinese book, Tractate of the Most High One on Actions and Consequences. The crimes of the wicked. Sometimes there is someone who behaves without righteousness and moves against rationality, who deceives the unknowing and bears false witness against his fellow students, who lies calumniates, deceives and practices deceit, who exposes the fallings of claim elders, who exercises power but not compassion, who is cruel, irrational and self-willed, who oppresses those below him and claims their merit for himself, but cringes before those above him to win their favor, who has no feeling for favor received, but is tireless in remembering resentment, who rewards those without righteousness but punish the innocent, who slays people to take their wealth and overthrows people to occupy their possessions, who slays captives and slaughters those who surrender. Who denigrates the righteous and expels the wise, who wrongs orphans and coerces widows, who ignores the law and receives bribes, who takes the straight as crooked and crooked as straight, who knowing his faults does not correct them, and knowing the good does not do it, and etc. A moral person with spiritual sense knows he should revere the greatest creator and walk on the greatest creator's way, and is aware of his weakness as a human, so he will not be arrogant. He realizes he should cultivate himself and knows he needs to take care of, cherish, respect, and love Mother Nature, its resources, and all life beings. He will never leave the wastewater of factories, mines, miners, hospitals, and the cities through rivers, streams, and lands. He will never leave the wastewater of factories, mines, hospitals, and cities to rivers, streams, and lands. He will never hurt and eat the meat of wild animals. He will never destroy forests, mountains, and grasslands. He will never indulge in power, money, beauty, and let his greed expand, not even use any means to satisfy his desires. He will never use his power to serve his own and his family's interests, nor bully or suppress others. He will never sell fake or shoddy gods. He will never steal other person's research findings to gain fame for himself. He will never make life-threatening nuclear weapons and biological weapons. He will never provoke conflicts among people, creating hatred and making others to hurt each other. He will never make mischief among people for his own interest. He will never make mischief among people for his own interest. He will never suppress any new ideas, new cultures, or new values. 8. Lack of gratitude. In his heart, there is no place for the greatest creator, God's parents, elders, the society, other people. He only demands and does not willing to give. Even a plant bears fruits as long as we water and fertilize it. A chicken produces eggs as long as we feed it. A dog will be a good safeguard of our home as long as it is being taken good care. But what about a person lack of spiritual sense? He will be just like a black hole, only absorb stuff in, but never contribute. Moreover, he is like a virus, which only does destruction to the surrounding environment. The above statements has shown that the core crisis of humanity, of human being, is the crisis of soul, and it's the root cause of all other crises, and the root cause of why one can't have a happy and free life. If we look Earth from a height, of 1,000 meters and focus on the cities of the world, we will find the survival situation of human beings is just like a group of ants on a hot pot, running around hastily. You don't know where these ants are going to. They just follow their senses with no purposes. They move quickly all together once they see an animal, corpse, or a drop of oil. They follow where the trend is. If you ask one of the ants, why are you so busy every day? Where do you rush for? His answer will be, I'm looking for something to eat, drink, and a place to live. As for where to go, I will go wherever I can find food, drinks, a place to live. The secular world is just like an animal world. Some people stand themselves out, but where do they go after they get out? They go to religions. All religions, whether it is good or evil, they are made of people who have spiritual pursuit. A real disciple of any religion is superior in spiritual aspect to any kings or great men. So we can say all people in secular world are sleeping and people in religion are awake. The formers do not have spiritual direction as the latters do. However, with the development of science and the growth of human wisdom, many people in religions start to confuse and are not able to tell the direction. Many disciples are like gamblers. They stake all their energy and wisdom on the religion they belong to, although they know that they can't win back what they have lost. They want to keep gambling. They even want to persuade others to gamble with them to feel psychologically balanced. Just like the fox that has lost his frozen tail on the ice. He has lost a tail, he has been laughed at and left alone by other foxes. He also knows that he doesn't look good without a tail, but in order to comfort himself, he tries to persuade others that a fox without tail is the most beautiful fox, and others are all fools if they don't cut their tails. People always have an illusion. They think truth lies where the crowds are. Otherwise, why so many people go there? People always have an illusion. They think those religions or organizations that are strong and powerful can point to a place with real happiness. Otherwise, how it can grow so big? People always have an illusion. They think wherever celebrities or intellectual go must have a promising future, because these smart men will not go for and praise something blindly. However, when they are out, they want to get in. Once they get in, except bewilderment, blindly following, and some shackles they put on themselves. The only thing flat left they can do is waiting and hoping with a fluke mind. What are they hoping for?